Welcome back to another episode of the Pals Podcast. I'm your co-host, Danielle Galarno.
And I am Richard Stewart Liorti. And who did we have on this week, Danny?
We had Zack Tabudlo on. Honestly, it was so cool being able to talk to him. But the coolest part about this was that Universal actually invited us to a show that they had. It was like mostly staff, and they invited a couple fans too, and some people like us. But he played 3 songs. We got to see him perform live before actually interviewing him. And I hadn't heard his music a lot beforehand. He's really massive in the Philippines. But listening to him live, and I listened to some songs like on my way over, and it was just incredible.
He was phenomenal,
like,
honestly. There's no other way to put it.
I was at one point, like, I was just like, holy shit. Like, you have an amazing voice. Your songs are so good.
His English is amazing.
And you'll hear this on the episode because we actually ask him, because English isn't his first language, but it is now considered his first language just because of how he grew up. But
super talented,
absolutely insane.
Like even the way he writes his music, he's a lover boy at heart. And
we love that for him, and we can't wait to see what's gonna happen in the future with him because
you'll hear some stuff on the podcast. He who knows, he might be in a relationship soon. We don't know. He might have told us something on the pod. Zach, we hope this works well for you. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your time here in the city. We gave you some recos. I hope you enjoyed some of those recos.
I hope you enjoyed your Toronto show more than Winnipeg.
Yeah, definitely. We hope that. But no, honestly, guys, if you're listening, just this, I don't want to say kid, but this young man is definitely on the rise to superstardom at a very insane trajectory. I think he's the second most streamed artist in the Philippines. He's got hundreds of millions of streams. He
hit 70 million in Canada or North America.
Yeah,
and they announced it to him at his live performance, which was really cool.
Yeah, he's definitely one to watch because he will be doing some really, really big things, especially in North America, in the upcoming time. And so honestly, Danny, let's go. Oh, our sponsor.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna point Ricky out because.
Don't do me dirty like that. What?
This is an open bag of chips because Ricky has finished every single one of our bags of chips because he is so obsessed with them. So Hardbite Chips, all natural. You can find them. Well, Ricky is going to go get them at our local grocery stores and natural food stores.
in the healthy food section. No, honestly, guys, they're full Canadian, made in Canada, BC. Really good. No artificial flavors, gluten-free. Just really, really good. Non-GMO. Try these out. The spicy ketchup or the avocado were my favorite. The all dress was really good too. If you're more into the all natural, like kind of the generic potato chips, they've got these ones. They're rugged, like wafer style. But honestly, they're super good. Check them out.
You know the best part about this? Their branding at the back says all potato, no couch. And I think you feel like that.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even read. I've never read the back of the bag.
Yeah. It's for those who live on the edge. It's just literally you.
Literally me, yeah. But no artificial anything, which is obviously super important. It's also important to watch what you put in your body. So definitely check them out. Hardbite on all socials. Hardbite Chips on all socials. Grab yourself a bag. And Danny, what do we say?
Let's fucking go.
Here and do this. I've been telling Ali for probably 6 months now that I love doing this stuff because we go to a lot of concerts and we love concerts. But then when you get to watch someone perform and then talk about the performance, talk about those little messaging between each song, I think it's just so much fun.
Definitely, yeah. Small details, right?
Yeah, it's those little details that make the difference. Yeah, mic up.
We're going already? All right. Rolling start. We'll do it.
Zach, pleasure to have you on, man. This is awesome.
Thanks so much for having us.
That was amazing.
Unbelievable live.
Thank you.
We both looked at each other. We're like, holy shit. This is actually unbelievable.
I appreciate it. Thanks so much for having
voice.
me.
I want to get right into it. And this is as soon as you were talking about that, I'm like, I need to ask this because we know the third album is about kind of heartbreak, trials, tribulations. If you could go back to one of the girls that broke your heart growing up, now with the success that you had, what would you say to one of them?
I don't know. They have been reaching out actually from time to time. Some of them have been reaching out. I honestly just ignore them.
Really?
Yeah, I'm that type of person. I mean, if they come up to me or whatever, I mean, I'd say hi if they say hi, but other than that, it's just.
There's no party that wants to be like, yeah, I made it. Yeah, that song. Thanks for the inspo.
I mean, it's more of like if the song's out there, a lot of people have been listening to it, and it's blowing up. Then that's the answer.
Then
I
they
guess.
already know.
Yeah.
That's stuff. I'd be too petty. I'd be like, yeah, that song that's like number 1 right now. Thank you for that. I appreciate you.
Funny thing was actually for one of the songs that went gold here in Canada, a song called Pano. I wrote that song just to like reach out to that person who dumped me, and then after a week of writing it, I told my label, I need to release this like on my birthday or something. That has to happen. I want her to feel what she made me feel and all that.
Did she reach out to you?
No, she hasn't. But when we released it after a week, it blew up and went to number 1. It's like the longest number 1 in the Philippines right now. So
Man, I love that.
It's crazy.
So you know she's heard it too.
Probably, yeah,
She's
definitely.
Your friends back home are like, yo, fuck, yo, like, do you hear Zack's new song? Like, I think it's about you.
Yeah. They know it.
Oh, they know.
Sure, yeah.
And how's the Canadian tour been so far?
It's been crazy. We sold out everything. Our last leg would be tomorrow here in Toronto, and we're expecting like a really big crowd for
That's
tomorrow.
Awesome. Is this your first time in Canada?
Yeah, it is. It is actually.
Okay, what do you like more, the States or Canada?
Honestly, Canada.
Really?
Yeah, it is. We kind of have this vibe with Canada. It's me and the boys, like the band.
Big shout out to the boys.
Yes, for sure.
Wherever they are.
They're probably downstairs, but they we all kind of felt that warmth here in Canada more than like the US leg. I've been in the US last year as well. I did a few shows here, did the tour. I was alone during that time, so the band wasn't there yet. I was just doing backing tracks, doing everything on stage solo. And now I have my boys with me. Like the instruments would be way more fuller, the sound's thicker. And this time around it's just way definitely bigger. Like the show's definitely bigger. But in terms of like the warmth, like the people, I feel like Canada's been like really
Do you know what? Anytime you're traveling, and obviously you do a lot of travel, but anytime you say you're from Canada, everyone's like, oh, we love Canadians because you guys are so nice, blah, blah, blah. Like, sorry this, sorry that. It's like, it's true. We are nicer than Americans.
Actually, yeah. We did kind of notice it. I mean, I feel like in the States we kind of like compared it. Actually, me and the boys, we were like, we just feel like everyone in the States are more like really straightforward when it comes to doing work. Normally gives a fuck about each other. It's like, all right, I have to finish the day.
It's like more aggressive.
Yeah, more aggressive in terms of work. But in Canada, I guess it's more just when you talk to someone, they'll talk back or whatever. They'll like genuinely really want to talk to you. Yeah.
And you're wearing an OVO shirt right now, so like
repping
the Six.
He's showing big love for the Six.
Hell yeah.
I wanted to you said something when you were on stage about touring, and we both looked at each other when you said this, because this might be the craziest thing we've ever heard from anybody. Winnipeg is your favorite.
I was just gonna say that and bring that up.
Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Is your favorite spot so far?
Yep.
Okay, wait till tomorrow's show in Toronto.
I mean, it depends.
I feel like that might top it off, but
we'll
like
see.
Like everybody in Canada knows that Winnipeg is not like it's well known it is not the spot.
Oh really?
Yeah. Like I don't want to shit on Winnipeg, but yeah.
But I feel like I remember a couple artists that have been on the podcast before actually say that they had great shows in Winnipeg, and that was some of their favorite shows. Winnipeg or Calgary.
But why though? Like why not Winnipeg?
So Winnipeg, the cold is really bad there.
Yeah,
like the cold is just like miserably cold. I've also heard there's like it's about like drug and homeless population too. Like so there's like a lot of.
Have you been?
I don't think I've ever.
So you've never been, so you can't even comment. I've been twice for work.
Oh, you've never been?
No.
I've been.
Oh, okay.
I just I heard enough people say it's that bad.
Right.
I'm like I'm not going.
I've been in March before, and it's like usually like March you start slowing down. It's like nicer weather, like in Toronto at least. You get there, it's like full snowstorm, and like massive homeless population, and it's like a very distinct between their like safety wise in their downtown core and then surrounding it. But it's just like I just know it's very boring.
I mean, yeah, I kind of felt that.
It's a very boring city compared to Toronto, though. Montreal,
for
Vancouver.
Sure. I guess I'm just a bit biased just because of the show itself, like the venue we played it on.
Where'd you play?
We did Centennial Hall.
Okay.
It's like an iconic theater or something, and Drake played there. Like big names play there, like legends, some of my heroes, and so like I guess I was just a bit biased.
That's
just
fair.
because of the event.
Okay, so you talk about your heroes. Who's like your biggest like inspiration or like your biggest heroes in the industry?
Actually, the one who really got me into to thinking about my music and got me into production and all that would be Lauv, which is Ari. I got to meet him I think it was like last year of the tour actually.
Oh wow.
I got to be in his studio, gave me a lot of advice. But he was like one of the heroes that I kind of really looked up to. I had no idea what music production was a few years ago, but he was the one that kind of like introduced me into doing my own thing, production, like writing. I mean, writing has always been there for me. I started really young. I was like around 12 years old. Like I said, on stage, like I would just used to write songs just because I had a crush on someone, and then I'd get dumped, write a Heartbreak song, and like imagine like a scenario. The cycle goes through, and yeah, that was the thing for me. But like when I got into music production, that changed my whole life, basically.
I got two questions.
I have a couple follow-ups on this too.
You said that you enjoy writing. You can express your feelings more in English, which I think is interesting because like obviously it's English second language.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I feel like, I mean, like growing up before my mom passed away, we would always stay in her condominium back then because like my dad and my mom they're separated. And so when we were like really young, my mom would always practice us speaking English in the house.
Really?
So we can't really speak in the Filipino language. That was kind of like her goal for us to learn like fluent English.
Your
and
English
stuff.
is great.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You wouldn't tell. If I didn't know, you wouldn't tell.
Yeah, but yeah, we would always watch cartoons. That helped a lot. And then actually sort of the Filipino language kind of became my second language. So yeah.
Well, now that you're traveling so much too, like English is a fairly universal language.
It is.
Filipino is, I think, only home to one country, right? I don't think any other country speaks it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your follow up to that?
I see. So you've been writing for so long now, but now you're performing. Do you prefer writing in the back end of it, or do you actually like prefer performing now?
Well, there's definitely a big difference between writing and performing, because like I'm kind of like an ambivert, so it's like a mixture of the both, right? And there are some instances where I just really space out and I want to be alone for like a month or two, and that's me making music. That's kind of like my therapy. So like when I'm going through shit, just write my songs, be in the studio for like a month or two, and then come back out when I have some songs, we release it, and then I go on tour with those tracks. And performing is just like a different world. You get to like interact with the people, like the fans. Like doing this whole tour has been like the craziest shows I've ever been so far, I think. And the interaction with the fans definitely was just out of this world. So
have you ever had a song that like you obviously love all your songs, but you have a song that you kind of like, it's not your favorite, but then you perform it and the crowd like loves it so that you love it more? Do you ever have one of those?
Actually, majority of the songs I hate hearing my songs.
Really?
I really do. I'm not, I guess it's because you work on a studio, because like I do everything. I write the songs, I produce it, mix and master it. So like I would hear all those songs for like fucking 1,000 times already. Yeah. And I'd get super tired of it. Yeah.
So by the time you're performing it, you're like, "Okay, I'm over this song. Let's go to the next album."
Yeah, but that's what makes it special, because like I have the boys with me to arrange the songs in like a live way, and so that's where it changes up, like the arrangement. So it's different from the live compared to the official track.
When you're hearing about,
I want to hear about this. Just before I forget. But so the official track is different than when you're playing live.
Yeah, when we play it live, it's really different. So. I mean, it still has the specs and everything, but...
No, but the guys aren't performing with you when you're recording it.
Yeah, no. It's all me. Like, the instruments and everything, it's all me.
Did you
for
know
the
that?
official track.
No, I didn't, but when he said it, I figured.
That's cool.
When he says he does everything himself,
I don't know if that's
mentions
like
the boys.
common, but...
Well, again, a lot of music now is made on like computers.
No, I know a lot
of
music is made on computers, but I would assume like if you have your own band and the guys traveling with you, like, maybe you would use them in studio as well, especially because they're just so involved with you in your music. But
you got to think about the cost.
So
the cost of producing an album with all the instruments and all the players and this and that. Like, there's the human error. Then there's like those milliseconds of differences. On a computer, it's perfect.
Well, exactly. Yeah, and you do it all. Right? He does his like writing and producing and.
I just do it all because of the vision that I have in mind. So like when I think about the idea of like doing the song, I'd prefer like all of it going out from me and not like from anyone else, because like I guess the vision would change up when someone gets in the music process. So I'd rather like do
Well, it
it
could almost
myself.
become their vision instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So-
Instead of like sometimes too, like I feel like I've talked to producers and like they have like a vision, they bring it to an artist, but then that vision gets completely rearranged
exactly.
by the artist's vision.
There you go. Yeah.
That makes sense. What show in general through the whole tour, not just Canada, has been your favorite this year?
This
tour?
year?
Yeah.
Like for this tour, Edmonton was really cool as well.
Okay.
Edmonton. Yeah, that was a pretty chill set. We sold it out and like everyone was going crazy because like I normally like throw bottles of water and like throw water at people, and there was this one time on stage I was like, I was slipping on stage because of all of the water. That kind of like exploded out. Everyone was throwing water as well, so like I just kept on slipping. Yeah, and I was wearing boots too. So
this is complete off topic. Do they have something planned for you tonight? Are they taking you out in the city tonight?
actually, no. I think we're
guys
about
gonna
to
have
rest for like tomorrow's
You
show.
guys gonna
Let's
just
get to more
relax?
show.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because if you go out in the city, you have to like really explore it.
Uh,
Because now you said like you enjoyed Edmonton, you enjoyed Winnipeg. Like you have to enjoy Toronto now.
Dang,
Because-
we're about to leave too, which sucks. Like after the show, a day after we leave, like in the morning.
Then you have to go out tomorrow night.
Probably, yeah.
It's like
Tomorrow
Friday
night.
night.
Yeah, after your show, Toronto on a Friday night. It's fun, even if it's cold.
Oh, is the night awake here in Toronto?
By 2:00 it's done. Like
Uh-huh.
2:00 is basically a hard stop anywhere. But yeah, you'll find some ways to have fun in the city. The city's it's one of the best. I've traveled most of the world. Not most. I've traveled a lot, but Toronto's still one of like my favorite spots.
Gotcha. Have you all ever been to the Philippines?
I
I've
haven't.
been to Thailand, China, Japan, but never Philippines.
Oh, okay. You guys should go.
I want to go.
Yeah,
Like,
so do
wanna
I.
There's
There's
so
a
many
lot of-
spots over there, like that side of the world you want to go, but it's so far. And then
Yeah.
again, like when I did Thailand, I'm like, hey, I'll do Thailand for 2 weeks, and then I'll go to Indonesia or one of the other countries like in that area. And I stayed in Thailand for a month,
Mhm.
just because there was you do 3 days in a city, and they're like, oh, you got to go to Chiang Mai, see elephants. I'm like, cool, I've never seen an elephant. Let's go to Chiang Mai. And then
Yeah.
next thing you know, you're in, I don't know, one of the islands, Koh Phi Phi or whatever, right? So
Yeah. The nightlife in Manila is like really out there. So like you would see people party until 7 a.m.
yeah.
Bars would still be open.
Yeah, see, no,
and
not in
everything.
Toronto.
Yeah, no. What, isn't there like a really famous like Filipino drink? It's like an alcoholic drink.
Which one is that? Lambanog? Is it Lambanog? San Miguel?
What is it? Is this like
It's just normal beer,
normal
actually.
beer?
It's
But
regular
it's just really
beer.
famous
Yeah.
out there?
Yeah.
What's
I
your
guess
go-to
so.
drink? Wait, do you drink?
Yeah, I
You
drink.
drink?
But occasionally.
Occasionally.
I do beers, just beers.
Yeah?
I'm just really chill. I mean, if someone gives me a shot, I'll do it.
But it's like if you go to the bar, you're just asking for a drink.
Mhm.
San Miguel, is that what it's called?
Yeah, San Miguel.
That's it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite place to travel in the world? Not for music, just in general.
Actually, Singapore. Singapore's like my go-to.
That's one of my like top places. I've never
Oh, really?
been anywhere like in Asia, and I'm dying to go to Singapore. That's like the top of my list.
Singapore's just like super clean, super safe. It's a small city, but like if you want to like chillax, I mean, this is for me though,
Yeah,
personally. When I get like stressed with work and everything, and I just want to like get out of like the space, I'll be going to Singapore and I'll be staying there for a month, and that would be like my peace.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What brings you peace? Like you're stressed. You can't go to Singapore because you're on tour. What do you do?
I just eat. I eat a lot.
You stress eat.
Yeah,
right?
I stress eat. Go like
I
stay.
guess
in
you're
the
never
hotel.
stressed though, because you're fairly fit. Like you're not like a bigger
I mean,
dude.
I
right?
stay fit. I try to stay fit. Yeah.
You're just not getting stressed. That's the key.
Mm-hmm.
Any like go-to foods when you're stressed? Like what's
I like Hainanese.
Sorry, what?
Hainanese. So it's like Chinese. I think it's Chinese and Singaporean sort of like chicken, food, Asian food.
okay?
So yeah, that's my
interesting.
kind of like my go-to.
Dang, what would yours be?
Like comfort food?
Yeah,
McDonald's?
McDonald's. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Sorry, are you guys Canadian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I hate poutine. By the way,
We
I
heard
think
that.
You know what? I don't love it either.
Oh, okay.
I like it, but it's not like my go-to food.
Oh.
I can't even tell you the last time I had it, but it's
Yeah.
like okay.
Poutine is not like, I know it's a Canadian food,
Mm-hmm.
but most Canadians don't really eat it. It's not like
Ah.
it's not like
Like-
it's a staple and everyone has to eat it. You come together, you have to eat
In
it.
Quebec,
Gotcha.
it's
Yeah.
more that like people will get it after the bar or like the next day hungover. But like in Toronto, like there's such like that's like
Yeah,
the
it's
last
not-
thing I would order.
Oh, it's like hangover food, basically. Right?
Yeah.
More like before you're hungover food.
Like post bar food.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Because
after
the bar is
bar
closed,
closes
you're
at
at like
2?
2. You go get like food, pizza, poutine, hot, like whatever's around open.
Gotcha. Because like the whole tour, everyone's just been recommending poutine. I was like,
it's just a Canadian
It's like
thing.
they say it's
Gotcha.
Canadian. No one really has
Alright.
it. I don't personally love it. It's okay. It's good. I'll eat it.
What else have you tried on tour?
like
Like what are other Canadian things that people have made? Like maple syrup?
yeah, I've tried the
You
maple
tried maple
syrup.
syrup?
Yeah, tried it on waffles.
Yeah, okay. That's
So that's about it actually. I've never really tried like a lot of Canadian food. I mean, I was asking them, but
I hate maple syrup.
they never
That's
really
another thing.
recommended anything.
so one
actually.
thing that did you go to Montreal?
No,
You're not going there either. But Montreal has
Smoked meat sandwiches.
smoked meat sandwiches, and that's like
Ooh.
actually good. It's like
Yeah.
a really good.
What is it?
It's basically like a corned beef almost.
It's like a
It's like a red meat that's like sliced
Yeah.
thinly
It's a
with like
sandwich.
mustard and like
Got you.
what's
That's
the
actually
bread called?
rye bread.
Rye bread, yeah, and like a nice sandwich. It's good.
Sorry, why do you hate maple syrup?
I don't know. It's just too sweet.
Okay.
I just don't like it. My sister has this maple syrup candle too. Every time I smell it, I want to puke.
I know people who like can drink maple syrup.
Like I'd prefer like
What the hell?
Like they'll put it on their pancakes, and once they're done, they'll just like finish it.
no, I prefer like the
Shit.
fake stuff.
I'm.
Like I'm so indifferent by it. Which
I
is
just
like,
I just like it on like waffles or
have
Yeah.
you had chicken and waffles yet?
no.
You should try that then.
I'm gonna try it.
Chicken and waffles with like a nice little maple syrup tour.
Oh really?
There's a
Okay.
spot not too far from here that makes really good chicken and waffles too. Drake Underground.
All right. What will you guys recommend tonight? Like I'm gonna eat out tonight or something.
what kind of cuisine do you want?
Any, just throw it out there.
Oh,
What should I try? This is gonna be like my standard here in Canada.
Oh no, this
Yeah,
is
I
a
know, I
lot
know.
of pressure. We're gonna need to think for a
What don't
minute.
you like? What don't you like?
I eat anything, dude. Like
No, there's gotta be some sort of food you like. You're just like I can't do.
I eat anything. I swear. I guess poutine. I'm not like.
Okay, so
Alright.
okay, away from the poutine. Can't do Asian food because he's obviously had better Asian food than we
Yeah,
have.
I gotta taste like the Canadian, like really good.
There's just
Canadian
nothing
food.
Canadian.
Here in Toronto.
I mean, like a good smash burger.
Oh, a good smash burger.
A good smash burger.
Yeah.
Smash burger?
Actually, right around the corner from here, there's a place called Burger Drops.
Burger drops.
Burger Drops. It's right around the
Put it
corner
in
from
my
here. It's
notes.
really good. And there's another spot called Maddie's Patties.
I like cabanos.
Ooh, you know what? Lambo's Deli.
Maddie's Patties.
No,
There's
What's
it's
the
not
other
that good. It's
so
not
there's
that good
Maddie's Patties, Burger Drops,
Cabanos.
Burger drops.
and then Cabanos.
Cabanos. Got you.
And then the last one is Lambo's. It's a deli shop,
Lambo's.
and they make like
That's like
really,
better for lunch tomorrow.
It's like really big,
Alright.
like almost. I don't want to say Italian sandwiches, but like really thick, cold cut. Like they got crazy stuff on it.
There's actually a
What
place
what should I go for tonight?
tonight. If you want a burger, I would go
Because
get a
you're resting
smash
tonight. You're
burger.
just gonna kind of chill. It's a
Mhm.
quiet night. I'd get a smash burger. So
Alright.
either one of those two places we were just telling you about.
Got
So
you.
yeah, it's good. It's comfort food too. You'll feel like
Okay.
really wholesome. You're ready to go to bed. It's not gonna mess up vocal cords or anything. Like
Okay.
you'll be good.
Sick.
But tomorrow after your show, you should definitely go out. Queen West or King West, like this is like kind of the neighborhood we're in.
Mhm.
Really good spots. You can go anywhere there. You can't go wrong.
So what do you do here in Toronto, like at night?
Well, I'm a little bit older than she is, but we do the same kind of thing. Like it's more we don't big clubs like big room clubs. They're not really a thing anymore in Toronto. Like
Yeah.
even in a lot of Canada, it's not. They're kind of slowly dying, and supper clubs are becoming the thing. So a place you go down, maybe you go at like 8 or 9. You sit, you have some like tapas style food, so like shareables, and then you stay and you just keep drinking.
Gotcha.
So that's kind of the vibe lately. It's
Mm.
more like bars and supper clubs rather than like big room clubs.
Are house parties a thing here?
Not for me, but for other people. It's more young. It's more of a younger.
Young-
more of a
young
younger
thing,
thing,
yeah.
yeah.
Younger or
But you're
older?
younger than us.
Yeah.
How old are you guys?
I'm a 95, and he's
Okay.
a
I'm a 90.
90.
All right,
I'm
I'm
old.
2001.
Yeah.
I'm old.
So like house parties would be a big thing here, around your age group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Got you.
You know, it's like a lot of like, especially students that like don't have the money to go and because drinks are expensive here. Like could be like $15 a drink.
Oh shit.
So it does
Okay.
get pricey. Like a beer's $12. 12 to
Oh.
15 depends if it's domestic or
Yeah.
imported.
I mean, the whole team has actually been like just complaining about everything.
Cause
Like
it's so
I like my
expensive.
pianist with me. We were gonna get a hot dog or something. It was like $10 or something.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, why is it so expensive here?
No, like everything, and especially like in the past year, everything's just raised so much in pricing. It's just like you go to the grocery store, you buy 3 things, and it's like $50, and you're just like, what did I
Uh-huh.
just buy right now?
honestly.
It's just really cheap in the Philippines because like back there it's just everything's just really
Well,
cheap.
and like I heard like not even in Philippines, just in like kind of Asia in general. Like,
Mhm.
the street food out there is not like street food we have here. Like
Yeah.
our street food sucks. It's like hot dogs that you need to go to the bathroom within an hour. Like out there, you're eating like good cuisine. I know there's like a Michelin star restaurant in That's like a street
Yeah.
vendor.
Vietnam's
Yeah,
like
Vietnam.
they have really
Yeah.
good food as well. Thailand has really good food. In the Philippines, there's a lot of like good street foods
Yeah.
there. So.
Okay, you go to the bar. What are you eating after the bar normally?
I'd get probably get chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
Oh, chicken wings. There's a good chicken wing spot, Crown and Dragon.
Crown and
That's
Dragon.
my favorite chicken wing
Yeah.
spot
Okay.
in
Or
the
a
city.
place called Duff's. Duff's is a
Crown and
classic.
Dragon is way better.
Do you guys live near the area? Like,
Not
I'm
anymore,
like
but
5-minute walk.
oh, okay.
Maybe not a 5-minute walk. I'm a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
For you?
While you were finishing up, we were waiting. I'm like, what are we gonna do for dinner tonight? Like, we don't know. Like, what are we gonna eat?
It's like this conversation too is just
It's
like
just
making my
making me
head
hungry.
just give me even more.
Do we really want to go to locals for dinner? Should we go get smash burgers too? Like, I don't know.
We should. Let's get smash burgers.
Smash burgers. It's like
All right.
just a good smash burger is top notch. What's on the item of food? Like, what's the best meal you've had on tour? Again, this tour.
Mhm. This tour.
Like, is there any like one spot that stands out? You're like, I got to give that place a shout out because it was just unbelievable.
Actually, let me think about it. Because, like, everything so far has been just Filipino food. Like, they've been bringing us Filipino food as well.
Wait, what's your rider? Is your rider like, I need Filipino food? Or?
No. We just had some friends on tour.
Oh, okay.
They would, like, cook us food or, like, get Filipino local food or whatever in the area. They would bring it to me in my hotel room. That would be it. So
you haven't really experienced a lot of.
Yeah, that's what sucks too, because like we had to move from like state to city.
Did you go to New York?
No, I didn't.
That's one place
I didn't for this one. A lot of people have been demanding the New York show, but probably next year.
Next year, New York. I think they have like some of the best variety of food.
Yeah.
I tried the New York hot dogs. And
Oh
shit.
no,
Is that bad? Is it like
it's okay.
mid?
It's just like
It's like poutine. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I
It's like
enjoy
one of those
it way
things you
more
just
than
have to
poutine.
try.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you have to try. I had a question I was gonna ask it, but I didn't want to ask it because then I was like, we were talking about food, but now I forgot what the question was.
I have an actual music question that I want to
Okay.
go back to.
Go.
You said like a lot of your songs are about like exes and relationships and like heartbreak and everything like that. Do you prefer writing songs when you're like going through something or when you're in a happier place?
It's definitely like in the sadder moments.
Sadder area?
Because like that's when it like the real songs come out, when you're like really sad. Like I said, music is kind of like my therapy, and so when I'm going through shit, I'd rather like stay in my studio and then write everything down, and then after that session, my heart would like feel super like light and stuff. Because like when you're happy, you're just happy. The good songs come out when it's like the real like sad ones and like depressing ones.
Yeah.
But when you're happy, you just kind of like live the moment, and so you don't think about it too much. And so like writing it down would be like, okay.
We had an
You know what I'm
artist on maybe about a year ago, and he's just like, I've been in some of the happiest days of my life, and I wrote songs that I loved, and I sent it to the label, and they absolutely hated it. I've been in the most like depressed state of mind ever, like heartbreak, going through it, and like that's the album the label just loved. It was like my biggest hits all came from like the worst days of my life, and it's like more emotion, right? Like music makes you
Definitely.
feel, right?
Yeah.
Especially like when you're gonna perform a song, you can almost go back and feel that moment. Right? Like it's again, you see someone that like people with good stage presence and people that really like write songs from like the heart, and people who write their own songs too, because sometimes if people perform songs they didn't write. I'm not taking away from it, but it's not the same emotional connection to the song.
That's true.
Like you're gonna perform a song that you wrote about your ex, and you're gonna feel something every time you perform it, right?
That's right. When I performed "Love Is Dead" earlier, I was just like going back to the past every time I sing it.
So
It gets emotional.
Crazy, like as like a fan watching you could like sing a song that's just like such a deep connection for you, and then like I'm listening and like I had a smile on my face the whole time. It was almost like I wasn't happy. Like I know it's like, but it made me happy.
Yeah.
And then so like there's such like a weird mix like of emotions when you're listening to them, because it's like I know I'm supposed to feel something sad, but like in that moment I was actually just like happy and like listening to you.
Yeah.
Excel Gum and ASMR. Search Excel Gum on Spotify now and choose one of 4 ASMR audio experiences. Because everybody needs good study partners.
So it's
So
kind of cool.
That's what music
Thank you.
does, though. If you weren't a musician, what would you do? Like you have like a secret talent or something, like outside of music, obviously.
I do short films actually.
Okay.
Like really short films for school. I used to like direct and like script write everything for like projects for college and university. That was my thing before, cause like I had to drop out of school for like the whole music thing, because like it's been really hectic. Like the schedule's been really crazy. But before,
I think that was a good decision though.
Yeah, definitely a good decision. Like I can always go back. Like I'm in college, I can always go back. And yeah, I guess it would be filming, because like I'm a big fan of like checking out lenses for cameras and doing all that shit. Yeah.
That's cool. Do you ever like, I guess, direct or produce your own music videos?
Yeah, I normally I'm the one like in like I'm like kind of like the leader of like the whole music video thing as well. So like all the ideas, it'll all come from me.
So you're literally like, you do everything.
Sort of, yeah. I do everything, but like I do have my creatives with me. I have my creative team. But like in terms of the vision, because like when I write the songs, finish it in the studio, or like while I'm writing it, I kind of have like this vision in my head, like in the back of my mind. This would be like the scenario. I would picture like there's the ocean, or like in a car of me just driving and just feeling the music. That's kind of like my.
And then you make it come
process
to life in the music video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome. It's always so interesting because, again, you say like maybe on the beach or driving the car, and the music video is an extension of what your vision was. And it's like people just watching at home or watching on the computer or whatever, like they would have no idea that was your vision originally, right? And then you get to see it come to life. So it's always so cool. It's like it's always cool when you meet someone that's creative. And wait, how'd you learn to do all this stuff? Like, are you self-taught or did you go to school for everything?
Yeah, everything is self-taught basically. I did everything on YouTube.
I was gonna say school of YouTube.
School of YouTube, and then I became a ghost producer and ghost writer in LA for like around 2 years, I think.
Why?
They so basically, I would just do covers back then on YouTube. I had like 5,000 subscribers, like really low, and I would just do it for fun. It was kind of like a bragging right in school. Like I do covers, I do YouTube, trying to impress my crush or something. Definitely got dumped after that.
But wait, it probably made a great song after.
Yeah, definitely. And then I
just picture you in like high school, just like jamming out the covers. You meet this girl, got this crush, get dumped, write song, meet second girl, get dumped. Like, at what point did you do the dumping?
Sorry?
Like, when did you start dumping them?
I never dumped anyone. It was always just me getting dumped. That's the sad part
but
about it.
You know what? That's what makes you like one of the top artists in the Philippines right now. Like,
there we go.
Booming across the world.
It was a good thing I was
maybe
getting
they all
dumped.
have like some like support, like secret Facebook group or something where like I dumped him too. Like they now that they watch you get like mega famous, they're like, fuck, did we screw up? And they all like console each other because they all screwed up.
Yeah,
that'd be so
probably.
funny.
I had this one. Like, she was my first love back then. She was like the very first.
You were probably like 15, eh?
Very first girl I wrote a song for, and she I didn't get dumped this time. But like, here's the thing.
Wait, you didn't get dumped and you didn't dump her.
I didn't dump her. Here's the thing. So like,
you're still dating right now. Like
no.
Listen.
I mean, yeah. Eventually, I got dumped. But like, I thought we had a relationship going on. I thought it was like really cool and shit. After a few months, a dude texted me. He was like, "What are you doing talking to my girl?" I was like, "What? No, she's my girl." I thought she was my girl. And then this dude, after a few days, added me to a group chat. It was like 10 of us.
Shut up.
Being played by the same girl. That was my first love ever.
That's your first love.
That was my first love.
Man.
Yeah, it sucked.
Damn.
It sucked. I was like 15.
No wonder you can write heartbreak songs. Fuck, man. If I dated the same girl with 10 other dudes, I'd be writing songs too.
And I'm like I'm a really emotional guy, and so like
really?
when I
couldn't tell.
when I try and love someone, or like try to shoot my shot, I will give everything to that person, which is a disadvantage.
Aside from writing a song about someone, what's the most like the most romantic way you've shot your shot?
I did this once. I took someone in a field and had everything prepped, like a small cute picnic going on.
Cute. That's really
had
nice.
like had some lights around the area as well. I waited around 8 p.m. because like that's the time that we met, and then I just brought out a guitar, sang the song to her, and yeah, that's pretty much the.
Wow, that's great.
Experience. And then I got dumped after.
So guess what? The next song came out after.
Next song came out. Yeah.
Man, who are these girls dumping you? Like they're really like kicking themselves in the teeth right now.
Yeah,
like,
seriously.
Man, this guy set up a picnic for me. Like the next dude's like taking her to McDonald's or something, right? Like.
But thank you all so much for that, though. I mean, I'm here now.
Okay, I was also like, I was just like reading stuff beforehand, and like you're like one of the top artists in the Philippines next to Taylor Swift. Like that's insane.
That's insane. It really is.
And like, how does that feel? Like,
I don't
it's
know.
only been like 2 years really since you're being like. That's a quick like.
Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Rise to fame. I don't know.
Yeah, like 2 years isn't that long. People sometimes go in 10 years in the industry and then they're not even there yet.
No, but actually, I've been sort of like in the industry for quite a while. Like I've done like TV shows. I did The Voice back then when I was like really young, and so like being in the industry, I had my old label as well. They signed me for like 4 years, 5 years. Nothing really happened to me. I was doing cover songs. I was doing acoustic original songs from time to time, but nothing was like really happening. Everything kind of blew up when I moved to my new label, which is UMG, and then
we love UMG too.
Yes, sir.
They're great.
And then like when the pandemic started, that's when like everything blew up for me. Like TikTok helped me, all the YouTube stuff, and that's what it took me around like 9 years, 10 years to get to where I am. So yeah, but like 2 years, that 2 year stint, that was kind of like the blowing up phase though.
What was that moment when you were like, this is happening? Like, did you have like was it maybe you released a song and it went viral, or was it a TikTok? Like, what was that kind of moment where you were like, holy crap, this is it?
I think, right. So like the pandemic happened, right? Lockdown was like really tough for everyone. I don't know what the case is in Canada.
We
it was
couldn't
bad.
leave our house.
Yeah, we all had like face shields, face masks.
Okay, we weren't that bad, but we were bad here.
Yeah, we had that back home, and so I would go to. It was like my first time going to a mall after like I seen like the stats and everything. Like my songs have been blowing up on TikTok. Went inside a mall, I like everything covered, right? And then these bunch of like friends just noticed me. I was like, "That's Zack Tabudlo." I was like, "The fuck?" I was like, I just went past them. I was like, called my dad. I was like, "Someone noticed me today." I was like, "They're probably fans." What do you mean fans? I don't have fans. And then just after a few days, every time I like walk out, there would be like people screaming, "Zack Tabudlo, you're Binibini, like you're this, you're that." But like the ultimate like life changer would be my first show. I sang like the first lines to my first song in the set. The first songs, like the first lines in the first song in the set, and everyone was just like screaming the words back at me. That was like
It
definitely.
must be like such a good feeling, like hearing someone else sing you your songs. Like
Yeah.
especially like
with
with
like
you,
smiles
like,
on their faces and stuff.
you just know everyone's just like so happy and they're like screaming at the top of their lungs. They've been practicing. They've been listening to you. Like, it must be such a good feeling.
Definitely. It was like all of those years were like definitely worth it. You know, the 9 years of like working hard and like losing the competition, getting dumped. All that was kind of a couple times. A lot of times.
Would you ever date a fan?
Definitely.
Ooh,
I mean,
that's
that
a
would
really good one, Dan.
I just thought about that. I'm like, because like the girls coming up to him in the mall, like you
that
never
would be.
know.
I wouldn't say it's impossible. You know.
Wait, are you single now?
I'm single now, but I'm seeing someone at the
seeing
moment.
someone.
Yeah, it's not an official thing, but I'm seeing someone at the moment. Yeah.
And we're hoping this one works out.
Hopefully, I have a really really good feeling about this one.
Okay.
Kind of met her on tour actually.
Oh,
This
did
tour.
you?
It's like really, it's a rare occasion, and she doesn't know me. She knows my music, but like she's not super. Yeah, hopefully it goes well.
So she's from North America?
Yeah, she is.
Can we talk about it or
Okay.
no?
Well, no, we don't want to jinx it.
I don't want to jinx it.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
we're
That's
not
fair.
We can
jinxing
talk
this.
about when I come back.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
when you
talk-
come back, we're getting you on this podcast and we're talking about this, and hopefully
Yeah.
you guys are still together.
Yeah.
Or there's another
Okay.
label, or there's like the fourth album. One of
there
the two.
it is.
One of
Probably.
the two.
I don't know. We'll see. Let's not jinx it.
Well,
yeah,
we
no, we're
won't
not
jinx
jinxing
it.
this right now. Oh my god, I had something to say. Would you ever move to North America?
So like I actually have a deal right now
Mhm.
that it's not announced yet, but there's a record label that signed me like recently in America. We haven't announced anything yet, but there was kind of like a soft launch already. I feel like we're gonna release it in like a few months, but they were kind of asking me to move to North America, but like I just feel like it's such a big commitment for now. Probably if something happens with the music thing here, like bigger stuff happens, then probably. But for now, it's like I'd prefer like project to project kind of thing. I can just
Couple
fly
months
out,
here and there, go back and
Yeah.
forth. Still have your home base in the Philippines.
Philippines, definitely. That's home for me.
So this tour is slowly coming to an end. When you get back home, like what's one thing you're really excited to do? Like what are you looking forward most to when you go back home?
I miss my motorcycles. Like,
Motorcycles?
I own a lot of big bikes. I ride with my friends. I own Harleys and Hondas, and yeah, that's my thing.
You wouldn't strike me as that though.
Yeah. I did
Like-
not like that. Just like threw me.
It's
for
like a
loop
lover
right
boy
there.
on a Harley.
I show you like one of my photos with a Harley, but yeah, that's definitely something that I'm looking
Like
forward
I'm sure
to.
you can
when
go
I come
find
back.
like a Harley tomorrow to rent, drive it around the city.
I have
but-
been trying to look for Harleys, but they said there's not much motorcycles going around because like it's almost winter or whatever.
Yeah, I guess
It's
it
tough
is.
here. Like, imagine riding out in
In
this,
this
weather.
weather, yeah.
This is my Harley. Wait, let me. Where the fuck is it?
I really did
there you
not
go.
expect you to
This is
say
like
that.
one of
Yeah,
my
I was not
Harleys.
expecting this at all.
That's a nice bike.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can see it, but there you go.
We'll superimpose it. We'll superimpose that
there you
picture. I'll find that and we'll superimpose it after. But that's what you do in like free time back home.
Free time, yeah. Just ride my motorcycle, chill with friends, eat in the mountains or something.
Did you play any sports growing up?
Yeah, basketball, a bit of basketball.
Yeah.
I did a lot of skating, skateboarding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking like skating for us skating, like ice skating.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, you guys ice skate?
Well, it's like in Canada, like everybody ice skates. It's like
I
At
see.
some point, like whether like you're in like figure skating lessons or you play hockey, like at some point in your life, most
Like-
Canadians do skate.
Yeah. A big sport though that I did growing up would be mixed martial arts.
Okay.
My family fights back in the Philippines.
Oh wow.
So you
It
can
kind of
kick
runs in
some
the blood.
ass.
You guys how I don't
You're like Cash. I'm a lover boy, rides a Harley, but don't fuck with me because I'll kick your ass. That's your motto.
still get dumped though. Let's not forget that.
Hey, but at least if you had to fight the 10 other guys in the group chat, you probably would have won.
I don't know.
The girl's like, I want you to fight for me. Like, okay, I got this. Imagine. We're almost wrapping up, and I know we got a hard stop. So tours kind of slowly coming to end. What's 2024
Mhm.
looking like for you?
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a crazy year. Like I said, we have some announcements coming very soon. That's like involving a lot of global stuff for my music, and so I'm really excited for everyone to hear that announcement. But other than that, I feel like I'll be just making music, going back to another tour probably.
You might need to come to North America for this girl.
Yeah,
Yeah, who knows?
we'll see how it goes. I'd probably be with her on the next tour. I don't know.
You never know.
We'll
You
see
never
how it
know.
goes.
Dan, you got anything else you want to go quickly?
No, I think that's it.
Zach, we appreciate you coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate you.
dude.
If
Thank
people
you
want
so
to find
much.
out more
Appreciate
about you, your music, touring, where can they go? How can they find you?
Yeah, you guys can just search up Zack Tabudlo. That's probably like the first thing that pops up. So
It's not probably the first thing.
It
is the first
thing
thing
it is.
that
Yeah,
pops up.
no one's named Zack Tabudlo. I guess. Yeah.
Well, again, we appreciate you coming on. Thank you, guys. Give them a follow. This is awesome. Make sure you get some good food while you're here and
Try the smash
enjoy the
burger.
show
Yeah.
tomorrow night. I guess the show's already gonna be done by the time this gets
Yeah.
released.
Mhm.
But
But
we wish you all the best, all the most success in the upcoming months, years, and I'm sure we will see more of you in the future.
For sure. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it. If you made it to the end of this, guys, we appreciate you. Thank you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you next week, pals. Cheers.
hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that episode of the Pals podcast. So we kind of have something a little different today.
Yeah, you might have heard that mid-roll ad with Excel Gum promoting their new ASMR Excel Study Beats playlist on Spotify. And this time of the year is a very stressful time of the year, isn't it, Danny?
Yeah, it is.
Especially for students.
I wonder why though.
It's exam season.
And guess what everyone gets?
What's that? It's a new word. I can't. What's it called?
Examity.
Examity. You heard that right, folks. That's why our good friends at Excel Gum put together this ASMR playlist, Excel Study Beats, to help calm you down during this stressful time. Dad, do you remember exam season for you?
It was pretty stressful, and you know what? I still have some exams coming up, so I will be using the XL Gum Spotify playlist track to help me get through it.
And where can we find that playlist?
On Spotify.
With the link in our bio. But we also want people to relax and take a second to breathe, really kind of just settle down during this stressful time. And hopefully this playlist will help you relax and kind of calm those nerves.
Yeah, you know what? Over the past couple of years, I've been using like ASMR and all those kind of like fun sounds, so I'm really excited to check this one out.
All right. And if you made it to the end of this, we do love you. We appreciate you. And stay tuned for next week's episode.
Peace.
You like to drink and to smoke to take away the pain. And I don't remember all of my mistakes and every high.